Hey everyone, today, we're going to learn how to paint a portrait using watercolor with the subtractive CMYK system. The required materials are watercolors, brushes of different sizes, and paper that can withstand watercolors. This is a painting on an A5 sized area. We'll only use the 3 primary colors plus black. This technique is a lot of fun and trains you to create a wide range of colors using just the 3 primary colors. The C stands for cyan, M for magenta, Y for yellow, and K for black. This is known as the subtractive system. What is the CMYK color model? It is a color theory used mainly in printing and also in painting. Many people have a misconception about the subtractive color model. They believe that magenta red, cyan blue, and yellow are not the primary colors, and this is not true. This misconception is based on the belief that the cyan color is a mixture of blue, white, and yellow, and if we combine those colors, the result will be a color closer to turquoise. They believe that magenta is a mixture of red and blue, although if you put magenta red with blue, it results in brown, and if you put yellow on it, it results in orange. This proves that the colors in the subtractive color model, cyan, magenta, yellow, and black, are primary colors and are not composed of other colors. There are other systems used in painting, like the traditional system, where the primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. In this system, you usually need 2 shades of each primary color, one dark and one light. Here, we'll use the subtractive CMYK system, and in a future lesson, we'll use the traditional system and compare the two. The first thing I do is lay down a base skin tone, then darken it by adding a bit of blue to reduce the saturation, which also darkens the color. One of the advantages of watercolor is that you can work on the entire painting at once, which reduces the time spent working. However, the downside is that you might forget something you intended to do in another area since you're working on everything simultaneously. I used the wet-on-dry technique, and we discussed different watercolor techniques in a previous lesson, so be sure to watch that and share your thoughts. One important thing to learn is working with limited palettes, like the well-known Zorn palette created by artist Anders Zorn. His palette used only 2 reds, vermilion and ochre, white and black, with blue used sparingly to create gray tones. A limited palette helps you focus not just on color mixing but also on achieving various shades, as well as on distributing light and shadow. You could start with a monochrome layer before adding color, for example, using blue to distribute light and shadow well, and then adding the colors you need. For European skin tones, it's best to start with a blue base, while for tan skin tones, it's best to start with green. This is related to the undertones in our skin. You can also use black as a base color to ensure good distribution of light and shadow, but be careful not to overuse black as it might affect the colors you add on top. In watercolor, it's preferable to finish the portrait before adding the background. Doing something different from what we've done before, the background is part of the portrait, so it's natural to incorporate some colors from the portrait itself to create harmony between the two. I hope you learned something from today's lesson. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Bye.